Most people ride the Jubilee Line without really seeing it. They're focused on where they're going, not where they are. But beneath London, something unusual is happening. This isn't just a transport route. It's a sequence of underground spaces shaped by light, scale, and restraint. Completed in the late 1990s, the Jubilee Line Extension quietly changed what the underground could be. Not louder, not faster, but more spatial, more deliberate. This is London's most cinematic underground. Westminster is where the Jubilee Line makes its intentions clear. Hidden beneath the centre of government, this station feels less like infrastructure and more like a structure carved out of the city itself. To build it, engineers excavated a vast concrete box deep below Westminster, one of the largest ever attempted in central London. As you descend, the space opens unexpectedly. Concrete ribs stretch overhead, steel braces cross the void. Escalators slide through open air rather than tunnels. There's no decoration here, no color to soften the edges, just structure, exposed and unapologetic. The lighting is low and controlled, catching the texture of the concrete as people move through it. It's quiet, echoing, measured, a space that doesn't rush you, even when everything else around it does. Bermondsey feels different almost immediately. Designed to draw daylight deep below the surface, the station is organized around a tall vertical shaft that carries light down to the platforms. From below, you can still sense the outside world. The concrete beams that line the shaft hold space open, allowing light to filter through rather than closing it off. Materials are simple: pale concrete, glass, steel. Nothing competes for attention. The effect is calm and surprisingly humane. Proof that depth doesn't have to mean darkness. Here, architecture works quietly in the background, making the journey feel less compressed. Southwark is more expressive. From the platform, the space pulls you upward towards a glowing wedge of glass, guiding movement instinctively rather than through signage. At concourse level, color takes over. A long wall of deep blue glass curves through the station, reflecting light and motion as people pass. Space feels choreographed. Concrete ceiling curves overhead. Steel details catch the light. Everything flows. Southwark doesn't overwhelm. It performs. An underground space that feels composed rather than imposed. Canary Wharf is about scale. Built inside the hollow of a formal dock, the station stretches for hundreds of meters beneath the financial district above. Daylight enters through large grass canopies, flooding the interior before giving way to a vast central void. Escalators descend in parallel lines between tall concrete walls. Everything is oversized but carefully controlled. There's no ornaments here, no attempt to impress through detail. The space relies on proportions instead. Despite its size, it feels calm, almost disciplined. A reminder that architecture doesn't need decoration to feel powerful. North Greenwich shifts the mood again. Here, color becomes the defining feature. Deep blue towers washed across walls and columns, absorbing light rather than reflecting it. The station feels enclosed, immersive, almost aquatic. Concrete columns support the structure above, while subtle bands of color guide movement through the space. It's quieter here, more inward, a station designed less for spectacle and more for atmosphere. At Canada Water, light returns. The station is organized around a circular glass drum that drops from street level towards the platforms below. As you move through the station, the stars stay with you. Escalators and staircase wrap around this central void, keeping a visual connection to the outside world. Even during busy moments, the space feels open and legible. You can always tell where you are. A simple idea executed with clarity, and a reminder that the underground space doesn't have to feel sealed off. The Jubilee Line Extension didn't just add stations. It changed how London thought about underground space. These places aren't monuments. They're used every day, often without a second glance, but they're carefully designed environments, shaped by structure, light, and restraint. Architecture doing its work quietly. Next time you're on the Jubilee Line, pause for a moment. Look along the platform. Notice the scale, the light, the space around you, because even beneath the city, London is still being carefully designed.